Hey guys, it's Whitney and Justin.
What's up, everybody?
And we're here in Perryville, Kentucky for the 161st Commemoration Festival of the Battle of Perryville. So it's going to be a fun day. It's my first time here, and we're kind of dressed out. Justin is definitely dressed out.
Yeah, definitely.
I just bought a Walmart dress.
But it works.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, we're going to take you guys along with us, show you some history, talk about things, and go into some shops and check out the booths. So yeah, keep on watching. October 8th, 1862 was the Battle of Perryville. It was one of the most destructive Civil War battles in the state of Kentucky. Over 5 hours, over 7,000 were either killed, wounded, or missing. It was the South's last-ditch effort to gain control over Kentucky, but due to this Union victory at Perryville, Kentucky would remain in Northern hands throughout the Civil War. Legend states that on this Chaplin River, on that fateful day, that the water turned red with all of the blood that was shed. Alright guys, so we're in Chaplin River Antiques. Apparently there's a coffin we can go check out. This is the only Perryville Civil War casket in existence.
You can't appreciate that. You're not old enough to understand sex. No.
Which one's Nick Mike? Elvin's a little bit lazy.
Oh, another one.
And another one back there. And another one.
Alright, this was the first settlement of Perryville. The area around this cave was the site of Perryville's original settlement, Harbison Station, named for its founder, James Harbison. This station was settled in the 1770s. Alright, let's go ahead and walk down there and check it out. This is where most of Perryville obtained their drinking water. This reminds me kind of like the hole down there at Abraham Lincoln's birthplace.
Oh, yeah?
Have you been out there?
Nope.
Oh, it's really pretty. Wow. Yeah, it is.
Oh, I bet you when water runs through here, I bet you it's nice and cool down.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're pretty much in a drought still.
Yeah.
It's been a very dry summer.
Yeah, that it has.
Alright guys, so we're inside the Confederate cemetery, and there are over 300 Confederates that are buried here. And this is one big mass grave. And the Union soldiers were moved to where?
Camp Nelson.
Camp Nelson, okay. But pretty much everywhere you walk throughout the battlefield, or even in downtown Perryville was a battlefield, and a lot of people died here.
Are there any troops up here from the 38th Indiana? If you would, please touch the metal piece. It will not hurt you.
So here we are, just on this ridge, checking it out. And actually, Justin was here last year for the 160th anniversary, and you actually got to stay the night here, right?
Yes.
So for his reenactment, and it was what was it? The same lunar phase.
Yeah, the same lunar phase. We were experiencing the same thing troops experienced 160 years ago.
Wow. And how was it going through that tall grass?
Going through this tall grass was not fun, because all this grass, I mean, all this used to be a wheat field. So if you can imagine coming through all this, and all this grass basically grows and intertwines in itself, it made it very difficult to walk through.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially with having all your stuff on, it was difficult to walk through.
Because it's close to Halloween, and we have heard so many ghost stories around town. Like, we have heard actively just all kinds of conversations about supposedly haunted places throughout Perryville. So, Justin, you know of a ghost story. Do you want to let me know that ghost story?
Yes. So there's a ghost story that...
Oh my gosh, the device went off. And look, I don't have nothing near me.
No, nothing. I'm not even near it.
Can you touch it again for us, please? We're nowhere near any electric. Nothing that would make it go off.
See, I'm going this right here. Not even through it.
Wow. Yeah, I know that was you. I'm talking about a second ago. As soon as I talked about ghosts. Oh, you hit it again? Okay. So go ahead and tell me about the ghost story that you know.
So the ghost story is that apparently there were two women that were staying in a house here on the property in Perryville. Well, as they had a lantern sitting out on their porch. And they noticed it kept getting moved around.
It went off again.
They noticed it kept getting moved around. So they sat outside to see if somebody would come back up and move it. They said they saw a person just basically manifest out of the darkness and basically walked up to them and said, "Ladies, you need to put the lantern out as it's giving away our position." They basically had
My REM pod keeps on going off.
Right. So anyway, long story short, well, after that happened, they got spooked and ran back into the house. Trying to find out, a buddy of mine, they were here at this doing a small event, or a fairly larger event. And they were all sitting around the fire, torting, talking, whatever. Well, he decided took him a little walk. He's still going.
I know.
So as he walked through, and as he says, after he ping-ponged off some trees, he stumbled across this cabin, saw that they had a lantern sitting out on the porch. So he snuck up and he took it and he set it down on the pathway and snuck back off. They came outside, saw it, picked it up, put it back on the table. He proceeds to move it 3 or 4 times. Well, they get tired of this, so they take it, set it back up on the table, and they sit out there and wait. And they say it's just from out of nowhere, he maneuvered around the house, and he walks up this trail with a straight face. How he did is beyond me. And says, "Ladies, you all need to put the lantern out as it's giving away her position," and proceeds to blow the candle out and walk off. So, yeah.
So, yeah, it became a well-known
ghost story.
Yeah. But it's no ghost. And it actually made it on TV, which is funny.
It did. So this spirit talker just said my blood.
Yeah, but the whole time that you were doing that,
He was talking.
it went off. The REM pod did. And there's no way to fake a REM pod, especially if no electricity is around it.
That's why I even touched that too, to be sure nothing would. That's why I touched this too, to be sure nothing went through.
Yeah. This is Doctor's Creek. This is where
Confederate and Federal troops met, and they fought over this creek.
that was a whole reason for the battle.
Yes, they fought over this creek, but also for a Confederate victory also, which they did get, but Confederates quickly left the state.
This is the infamous Dye House, home of John Dye and his family. But during the Battle of Perryville, Confederate General Simon Bolivar Buckner entered this home and made it his headquarters. Yeah, that happened a lot throughout Perryville, that soldiers would just march right in and take people's homes. And during the battle, the family lived with all these Confederates in this home. And after the war was used as a field hospital, as were a lot of the homes in the area, arms and legs were amputated and thrown out the window. And it is said the blood stains still cover the floors to this day, and is also said to be very haunted, as is most of Perryville. Disembodied voices, footsteps, the feelings of being watched. Such a beautiful day.
It is. Dogs.